greater spotlight on some of the details that you have to be good at, that Caitlin could cover up with her incredible skill, her range, the way she creates space.
She refused to speak. No tweet. No press release. Caitlin Clark walked into a private Nike studio with one person beside her. Not her coach, not her agent, not even her parents, but Sophie Cunningham. What happened next would send shockwaves through the entire WNBA. A $1.2 billion move that's now being called the biggest power shift in women's basketball history.
The W really is, you know what I mean? And like, I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But there's just more.
Nike had been watching Caitlin Clark since her Iowa days. Every deep three, every sold-out arena, every viral clip. But behind the highlight reels, the company was building something far bigger, what insiders now call Project Legacy. A billion-dollar expansion that would redefine the image of women's basketball around one player, Caitlin Clark.
In your career, you got to match up against other Nike hoopers. Do you have a favorite matchup?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Honestly, like I'll just, because she's such an icon in our sport and has been in the game for so long. You know, getting to share the court with her was pretty fun, and you just see her competitive spirit, even though you're not on her team. Like you
resources Nike puts behind Caitlin Clark now that we're going to start getting some of her merchandise coming out, and fans are indeed excited. I miss my GOAT playing. Gonna go ham on this commercial. I thought it was a nice commercial myself. Where is her own shoe? We're waiting on that. We are waiting on that. Wow. Y'all must have a fever or something. Oh, what a great double play on words. What a great double on top.
1 week before the Nike campaign launch, Caitlin made a private call to Nike HQ. She requested something that didn't exist. A single golden box. Inside, a prototype sneaker, white and gold, embroidered with the word Legacy. But the initials weren't just hers. They also belonged to Sophie Cunningham.
This is a preseason game where Clark is not available, and yet probably
one that doesn't include 10 other people. All right, now let's go show you something else. So the shoe goes on sale today, or was it today? It sold out in minutes. And I want to show you something right here. Just so you can, just a reminder, so you remember who the cash cow is, who the box office attraction is. You got to remember this. So remember, if you're not familiar, they have something called GOAT. GOAT is a secondhand market for sneakers. And this is their website. And if you see the shoes on here, it's right here. Caitlin Clark.
Kate was hurt, and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game. And so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day to day and stuff that worked here. We need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up, and I think like 7 days or whatnot. And so it's mentally making sure that we're making
commercial since she's entered the WNBA. I know she's made a cameo here. She's made a cameo there. She was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there. But is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the WNBA? And as well, WNBA ratings from this past week in non-Caitlin Clark games on NBA.
Nike situation. Now we know Caitlin Clark got some shoes that is set to be released tomorrow. That is a PE Kobe Bryant shoe, bruh. Yes, Caitlin Clark got her own signature PEs with Kobe Bryant and Nike. Now, one thing about it is there's another shoe that is set to be released in.
While Nike was rolling out its global campaign, Sophie Cunningham shocked everyone by signing an unexpected deal with Arby's, a fast food chain entering the WNBA marketing space for the first time. Sophie wasn't chasing glamour, she was chasing authenticity. Arby's called her America's Grit.
you talk to Sophie Cunningham, she'll say, I'm trying to wrap her up, but I do think that's what she was intending. She got her hands up there. Deserved a flagrant foul, but all of this is stemming from what we saw earlier.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese, the face of Reebok, was watching the headlines roll in. Her deal, personally signed by Shaquille O'Neal, had made waves just months earlier. But when Caitlyn and Sophie's collaboration hit the internet, social media lit up with comparisons. ESPN panels debated, is Angel losing the spotlight? Documents leaked to Sports Business Journal confirmed Nike's Legacy Initiative could be worth over $1.2 billion in global rollout value. The plan? To make women's basketball the next growth engine for Nike after LeBron and Jordan. Caitlin Clark was step 1. The Golden Legacy line was step 2, where each year, Caitlin would choose a player to spotlight with a custom sneaker. Year 1, Sophie Cunningham. When the video of Caitlin handing the golden box to Sophie leaked, silence swept through the Indiana Fever locker room. Reporters say teammates cried. One source told USA Today, "She didn't just take the bag, she shared it." The sports media loves a rivalry, especially between women. But the truth is, Clark, Reese, and Cunningham represent something deeper. The first generation of women athletes building empires on their own terms. Nike, Reebok, and Arby's may be different brands, but the message is the same. Women's basketball is no longer waiting for approval. It's demanding value. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the WNBA, she's the architect of its future. Sophie Cunningham, the soul of its grind. And Angel Reese, the spark that forced the system to evolve. Together, they've rewritten what it means to be a professional athlete. Not just to play the game, but to own it. This has been a WNBA investigative special. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from the league that's rewriting history, one deal at a time. The WNBA universe is in shock after the explosive revelation of Nike's secret $1.2 billion deal, a deal that not only cements Caitlin Clark as the league's most marketable superstar, but also blindsided the entire basketball world by including a gesture of unprecedented loyalty towards Sophie Cunningham, who, in a move no one saw coming, simultaneously signed with Arby's. A partnership that has left fellow superstar Angel Reese visibly jealous and scrambling to maintain her own relevance in the league's branding hierarchy. Clark, already renowned for her jaw-dropping court vision, unparalleled shooting range, and relentless competitive drive, did something no WNBA athlete has ever dared. She negotiated a record-breaking contract and insisted on sharing the spotlight with a teammate-turned-partner in her personal branding empire. This wasn't a small nod or a fleeting acknowledgement. Clark commissioned a custom, Golden Legacy sneaker from Nike, complete with her initials and Cunningham's, creating a tangible symbol of respect, loyalty, and collaborative power, a gesture that reverberated far beyond the studio where the deal was signed. Cunningham, a seasoned player who has quietly endured years of injuries, fines, on-court physicality, and relentless trash talk, became the first ever recipient of this public validation, solidifying her place not just as a teammate, but as a co-architect of one of the WNBA's most groundbreaking branding strategies. Meanwhile, the shockwaves hit Angel Reese hard, who, despite her undeniable talent, media presence, and prior endorsements, suddenly found herself overshadowed in a narrative that is as much about corporate influence and cultural power as it is about athletic performance. The social media response was immediate and electric. Clips of the Golden Box reveal went viral within hours, trending on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, igniting fan debates over loyalty, fairness, and the future of women's sports marketing. Analysts noted that Clark's move signaled a seismic shift in how female athletes can assert control over their image, leverage corporate partnerships, and even redefine the traditional hierarchy of stardom in a league where talent alone has historically not guaranteed recognition. Nike's billion-dollar strategy, intertwined with Clark's visionary insistence on elevating Cunningham, challenges the old norms of individual celebrity deals, reframing endorsement culture as a collaborative, loyalty-driven model that emphasizes relationship, legacy, and influence over mere transactional gain. Behind the scenes, executives reportedly marveled at Clark's audacity. While some questioned the business rationale, others acknowledged the genius. By creating a legacy line and spotlighting Cunningham, Clark has effectively crafted a power circle within the WNBA, one that extends beyond points, rebounds, or highlight reels, and instead highlights strategic alliance, trust, and long-term impact. Angel Reese, who has often been positioned as Clark's on-court rival and marketing foil, now faces a complex dilemma: how to respond to this historic moment, maintain her brand, and navigate the intricate web of perception, loyalty, and fan scrutiny that has turned what should have been a simple sponsorship into a league-wide spectacle. Compounding the drama, Cunningham's Arby's partnership